Welcome back to Überfest. I'm Jake, today joined by Surny and Beater here on the casting couch. And we're going to go basically straight into the second game of today. We're going to be watching Pepis Pizza Party and NOOBPANZER. It's going to be a big game, especially after watching Pepis playing the first game against the French and equaling 2-2, right?
Yep.
What are your thoughts on that one?
I mean, that's a close matchup. I can't blame them for not winning against the Frenchies. They're a solid team. They're a solid team. Pepis are also solid. Obviously, they probably, given the nature of the team, would have wanted to start off with a win instead of a draw and then probably tilting for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Now they're going to go through the gauntlet.
It is going to be NOOBPANZER versus Pepis Pizza Party. And we're going to just basically throw it to the casting desk, let the casters introduce the teams, and we're going to watch some amazing Team Fortress 2 here at Überfest in Dortmund. So I'm going to throw it to Ben and not Steven, who are going to bring us the action.
Hello everybody and welcome to our game. Thank you very much for our analysis over on the casting couch. It is I, not Steven, joined by Ben Plays League of Legends here for another banger game here. We are going to be seeing Pepis Pizza Party versus NOOBPANZER. Obviously just seen Pepis Pizza Party in a close game here, but they're going against NOOBPANZER. This is a different kind of opponent.
It absolutely is, and yeah, NOOBPANZER coming into this as one of the favourites, surely. They're top seed in TF2 for a reason. They've got an absolutely star-studded roster, and for this game, we're off to Metalworks, which I was just chatting with you before the game about. Right? I am super excited for this, because Metalworks is like one of the maps in the pool I'm thinking, like, all right, obviously NOOBPANZER are the favourites, right? They won quite handily in the match in the season, but Metalworks, I think, is a map that Pepis Pizza Party can really shine on. They ran all sorts of strats, all sorts of pocket shots against Mandem early in the season. They lost a really narrow 4-3. And I think, again, on Landlight, I think this could be something they could take.
Yeah, I think this is a bit of an ace in the whole map, as you were saying. We were discussing how strong heavy can be and how prevalent it can be on this map. And Parachute as well is actually unironically good if you can get in a door.
Yeah,
that sentry gun just can't hit you.
Yeah.
It's crazy good. So actually probably a really solid map pick. You said it was decided in the season against these two teams, but it wasn't. It was a 4-2. It was actually a double, well, one was a standard 2-3, and the other one was a...
Isn't it the Skeda game?
No, I think it was...
Never mind. Never mind. But I think, yeah, obviously NOOBPANZER still coming as favourites, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of the season, right? They've dropped like, what, 1 or 2 maps all season. They're flying high at the top of the league, going to be top seeds for playoffs, and out of the teams here, obviously them and Skeda, sort of, when we were doing the tier list before, right? Everyone was picking them as the top 2 in some order. But Pepis, like, they've shown they can hang with some of the top teams. It was a great performance early, like you said, and I don't know, just the chaotic playstyle, the back caps, the constant flank pressure, the crazy aggression from the rest of their team. But it's like it's coordinated chaos that they're just in their element in these messy scenarios. So.
Yeah, well, if it's something that NOOBPANZER can really handle coming into this one, I think it might be their first real test of the day. It's the land jitters, but no, I think it's going to be a close one either way. That you know,
absolutely
throw it. So yeah.
Can I throw you to a prediction?
Oh, you can absolutely throw me to a prediction. No,
you can't say it's close, and then you can't sit on the fence, you know.
I do think I backed Pepis for this last one, but I'm sorry, I've got to hop the fence. I've got to go onto the other side. I do think NOOBPANZER are just the better team coming into this game. I think they've kind of made an amazing roster that just works so well together. I think Ryan is such a standout player, and we're coming into Metalworks, a soldier-centric map, right? And yeah, I think NOOBPANZER, they've just been looking insane throughout regular season, and I think they should bring this to LAN.
Yeah, I'd love to do like the sort of stereotypical thing you do with the duos where like, I disagree, but I don't disagree at all. I think NOOBPANZER, like you're saying, it's just such a good roster of players. Like I can talk to every player on this team and say about why they're great and why they're fantastic and why they're like some of the top in Europe. And like you said, Ryan, I mentioned it earlier. I think Ryan is like first LAN coming in and has won Prem as well before going to LAN.
Yeah,
Just flew to the top, wins Prem. They've got GG. They've got plenty of other great players, but we can stop the tournament and we can start the tournament because Metalworks is a go. We've got NOOBPANZER over on the red side. In the blue, we've got Pepis Pizza Party and GG already walking in onto this mid, exchanging some sticky bombs over towards the red side. As now it's getting a bit messy. Both soldiers falling on NOOBPANZER and Demo as well in GG. So player advantage for Pepis Pizza Party in this post fight.
Just need to keep Piggles alive here, but Piggles is kind of deep into the fight here. It's a little bit scary. They are trying to escape through lower, but it's a bomb in onto Piggles. He's got the Uber sort out. Can he find anything? Can't really now, but he's on 96%. Does die. Voxy could not keep him alive for long enough, and even goes down to KN there on his own.
Yeah, really nice mid there coming in at Pepis Pizza Party. Getting on the board, at least in terms of capping the point, but that late death over onto Piggles is all that matters, really, in the sense of Ubers. There's going to be a tiny, tiny advantage for Eon as they decide to cap this point up, maybe look to pressure into second, and they are actually going to decide, you know what, we don't want the tiny, tiny advantage, we want the slightly bigger advantage, because they're going for a KritzKast. Both medics die on mid. It's prime scenario for this to come in.
Oh, who's crashed here? Someone's on process trying to fix their config. Oh, it's all gone wrong.
Oh dear. Game is back alive. 58% on this KritzKast over for Eon, which all the eyes will be turned towards in about 20 seconds time when this push is about to come in.
Yeah, see if they spot this Medigun as Eon does cross over through lower into this valley area. They should know something's going on because they're quite early taking this cross here, only 70% on the red side. Here comes the crit. Will they find it straight onto Yak? He looks for the Demo Man, doesn't find anything. The Demo Man is going to go down, but everyone else on the side of NOOBPANZER is out pretty high and dry here, and now they can just take a repush straight in through main here, and that looks like exactly what's going to happen, Ben.
90% as well, and there's a player in behind as well. Soldiers made all the way around into house. Voxy going to take the walk in from this right-hand side into Valley onto Junior. Eon gets caught as well on the way back out. Vanu falling too, and it is falling apart at the seams for Pepis Pizza Party as they try and escape. They're trying to salvage onto Piggles, who lives on about, was that 12 HP or something in the shutter. Absolute menace on land. The land buff is real for Piggles, and the buff is real now for NOOBPANZER. They've still got their medic, they can still get healed up, and they are going to have a decent sized advantage.
We can't take the Piggles glazing on the first day already. This isn't meant to happen, is it? But yeah, that was super solid to get Eon. I think that's kind of the nail in the coffin there. Even allows NOOBPANZER to pretty much get second here, but they are quite aggressive still on the side of Pepis Pizza Party. But no, they're gonna back out. They know the smart move here. But another point here is they've also managed to get a little bit of Uber advantage here on the side of NOOBPANZER from just killing Eon here, and they've kind of walked things through. Yeah, and they're in a good position to try to walk things. Already kind of taking in through low. We can see Vanu is just spamming down onto this medic, but looks like they want to rotate a little bit. Oh, they don't take it aggressively yet. I think it's just going to be a pretty standard sack into second, and as things kind of calm down here. Oh.
Yeah, especially with the pause as well. Ryan going to bomb in around, fade away, and try and cause some distracting eyes, and just eventually just get out on that 40 HP. But with both medics up, I guess there was a pause in the midst of that as well, so that could maybe have made it harder to judge these Uber charges. So NOOBPANZER decided, you know, we'll just take second with the ad for free. Not going to overpush, not going to overstay, and we can take this long haul fight in. And we've seen already one fade bomb coming from Ryan. There was no second soldier. Normally you want to see when one fades, another one lands in onto the danger zone, but we'll see if they decide to go for something similar again now, because Riot bombing straight in on top of the medic. Big rockets, but does get the force. Eon has to use the Uber charge. It was a fat first 80 damage rocket onto his head, and I think any medic forces there.
Yeah, he went in so deep with that huge damage coming in lobby though. Actually, we do see GG is taken down here straight away, but it is 3 players down for Pepis Pizza Party during all this. So actually the fight, keeping your medic alive here, has gone the way of NOOBPANZER, and now this is looking so good for them. They've kept their Uber, they've got all these players down. Luckily, they have got a sentry gun building on this last point, but they are going to surely be a disadvantage as the rest of NOOBPANZER
They've got to be quick. They've got to be so quick. This Uber charge is already at 70%. There's a gun to deal with, and they're nowhere near getting into position in lobby. I presume at this point that they're just going to look to push in and sack slowly, because the Uber charge advantage has nigh on gone at this point. The gun is up and ready, and yes, players are walking in, but they don't know that Eon is going to have an Uber charge on the other side. It comes in from this far left-hand side. Uber charge forced out from the blue medic. We've got great space here being taken by GG, but all the rest of the team are falling, and this is the danger when you push in and you think it's an advantage.
Oh, they do.
They do. They check it.
I thought they didn't there. That was scary. I thought he was going to get the backhand there, but yeah, that Uber coming up just onto the heavy. They had a sentry gun as well. There's just no way you're pushing on that in the trade, right? Yeah. But now things have kind of switched. We flipped the script a little bit here. It's now looking really nice for the side of Pepis Pizza Party. There's a little bit of players doing a bit of damage, a little bit of spam, trying to slow them down as they come in here, but really not much of a fray is going to have. There is a sniper in this forward spawn they have to be careful about, but traps already up here from Yak, so shouldn't be getting anyone. Maybe he's going to try to peek out, get the player that's on that control point. No, just has to go back here, but the train keeps on rolling. They're from last already looking to take a second point from NOOBPANZER.
And they still have Ad as well. They haven't quite got the Uber charge up and ready yet, and they are just, oh my dear me, I thought Eon was going to fall there at 99%. Takes big damage from Ryan, but Ryan is not able to get those final 20 points of damage, and Eon lives to fight another day, but the advantage is gone. That's the one saving grace now for NOOBPANZER. They can get set up, they've got their own Uber, they can try and get a gun built, try and get a heavy up as well. Voxy already taking up that mantle as now the sack attempts come in. KN landing straight in onto the combo, but into a pyro and a heavy. It's never quite going to work.
Yeah, that's a really hard one to go into, but I liked how quickly they were just trying to make things happen there. They instantly kind of went in, got their buffs, and were spamming from all doors there. Ken thought he saw an opportunity, but yeah, that heavy and pyro is insanely hard to go against, right? I don't know anyone who would want to go against that, and it's the Gazzy pyro out of everyone as well. To go against on Pyro, so you're always going to be reflected. Second sack comes in, it's straight onto Gazzy as well. Looks like Pickles is in a great position here. Junu, Yak all go down. Sentry Gun is the only thing they are really going to get here. To Ram takes that final rocket. And now look at this, NOOBPANZER going to take this opportunity to try to push out as there's only 3 players left alive.
No, Demo is massive as well. Demo and a soldier down means it's so much more free to go through these chokes. And yes, they have to be careful about backup attempts, but they've seen 3 in front, and they've only seen 2 in front now as Vanu gets caught out by Ryan, who I think might be thinking about going for something a little bit further forward. No, decides to cut the adventure short and decides to, you know, chill back with the rest of the team. It's even Ubers. They've managed to get off their own last, so that's a big win for NOOBPANZER. Well, Pepis Pizza Party, they've bled a couple on the way out, but they've got enough up now. They can stabilise, they can slow things down, and they can look to try and sack him to second. Yeah,
that one pick on Vanu just really wasn't enough for them to try to do anything of this. Talking about Vanu, he is up on the sniper, so we've seen previously into Metalworks games this season, the sniper work absolute wonders and just ring out headshots. We'll see if Vanu is really feeling himself. Can he find some headshots? There's not a huge amount of angles here. Kind of, you have maybe under, which is exactly where he's going to peek. We'll see if you can find anything. We usually see a scout kind of peeking here. If you can find that headshot, it'd be big, but they now know he's on the field, so he is going to have a target on his back.
It gets a lot harder now because you've had that one shot of surprise and everyone hears it. Everyone starts looking for the dot. The medic's now going to be tucked right behind the cover. Everyone's playing close to the choke punch so they don't get caught in these long angles. But Vanu still has to battle against it and is going to decide to peek in from the house instead. Maybe there's a chance of getting onto GG, maybe onto one of the soldiers either. But it's actually a wide swing straight in onto Puck. Oh, that could have landed anywhere, that shot. There was a big group there, but now the space opens up. Ubercharge forced out from Pickles. Varner very weak. The push comes in from Voxy, and it's such a late use now for Pepis Pizza Party. They're now clustered up in the alley. Better Uber for them as they walk up to the point, but they can't get much further. Ubercharge is fading. Ryan bombing back in 2, and Judo actually falls. And how on earth are NOOBPANZER coming off this better?
Yeah, here comes a chase. I think that Eon did such a good job at the start that he even found an arrow to keep that Uber for like a second longer. But then he flashed 2 players in, which just decreases, you know, how long your medi gun goes on for so long. They hadn't flashed a single time on the side of NOOBPANZER there, so kind of had even length Ubers, and then they saw that. The aggression came straight in. They caught them in from lower as they were leaving there. So really nice heads-up play by NOOBPANZER, just come straight in and just deal an insane amount of damage and find those picks. And look at this, it's crazy how quick you know, it turns around on these points, and now they have the advantage on NOOBPANZER. They're straight pushing last here. They haven't had that much time to set up, so they shouldn't have that full level 3. Vanu's just putting down his sentry now. Let's see how they push into last.
Yeah, they've got plenty of advantage to work with this Ubercharge. Used him from this far left-hand side. GG on job of getting onto the spawn door. Heavy, so weak. Taken down, Demo down, Medic down as well. It's going so well for NOOBPANZER. They're cleaning up. They just need to get on the point now. There's only a couple of players left. Just the 2 scouts of Pepis Pizza Party, and no one is going to be there to defend the point. NOOBPANZER getting their first round on the board.
Yeah, that was super nice. They took control of mid super fast, moved straight onto second, and then took that Uber advantage right onto last to secure them that first round. And honestly, they played that last super solid. They came in through that left-hand side, used a little later, so gained a little bit of, you know, even extra advantage coming into that last. And then Yak was trying to get into spawn. I was watching him. He looked left, he looked right. He was surrounded. He had no chance, so no stickies on the point. They take it slow for the rest of that fight on NOOBPANZER. They clean up players and yeah, come out on top. But we'll see if that changes come to the second mid.
Yeah, last mid was a bit crazy, a bit chaotic, both Demoman getting caught out early. See if we get something similar again. Yak taken down to 2 HP by the spam already. So yeah, we're starting exactly where we left up on the previous one. Absolute carnage, soldiers bombing left and right. Ryan going to be blasted away though, as everyone on Pepis Pizza Party, they take so much damage. Their Demoman was 2 HP. You can't fight like that.
No, you just can't stay in, basically. I mean, your demo man is as good as dead there, right? He needs to either stand for arrows or just escape from the fight, and when he's not there, if you lose so much spam, you're going to lose the high ground. These teams are smart enough to know that they just shouldn't stay in that fight at that point, but they kept 6 players up, so it's really not too big of an issue, right? Both teams are going to be coming up on Ubers here, so it's going to be sack attempts, and if NOOBPANZER, you know, makes a bit of a mistake here, it could be a really good opportunity. Bomb does come in straight away, though. It worked like lightning before this time for Ryan. However, the medic of Eon is a lot more prepared for it this time.
Was that a little air shot as well coming in, I believe, from Tiram? It could well have been, as I saw Ryan get surged forward a little bit now, but it's the counter-aggression coming in. Pepis Pizza Party, they want to have a look in. Only one soldier in terms of player advantage, but they decide, you know, we're going to try and walk in as far as we can, see if we can get some space, see if we can get some damage off. But NOOBPANZER, they're so aware, they're so careful. They're backed out as well as they need to be, and they can just chill, get their soldier back up. Puck has actually dropped as well, actually, never mind. So the aggression might be working out, and yeah, they're going to use the Uber.
No, but they keep losing one. They lost KN there. It was looking so good because actually they did use Uber. Oh my god, it doesn't look bad at all. It looks great. I was going to say they're going for like off-timing sacks, being really quick into house, but no, perfectly got in and got the force during that. So really nice from Pepis here. Going to be coming in with full Uber. There's just a demo man really staying in here. Soldiers are also trying to contest a little bit, but Gazi is on the back cap here. Soldier comes to meet him. Can he win this one out? He cannot. But the whole of Pepis Pizza Party has come back for him. During that, and now
lost 2 players as well.
It's not great for them here. Uber's still advantage here for Pepis, but they don't really know what to do with it.
That was such a good attempt there onto Eon. The Force eventually coming out with a second soldier. I really thought the first one was going to do the damage there with Ryan bombing in. There was a good attempt with the air shot, but it doesn't matter in the end. Eon forces out regardless. And this backhand attempt, this dragging players back to second, is exactly where NOOBPANZER want their opposition to be, on the back foot. And yeah, it was such a big Uber advantage, even a player advantage too. But Tiram has just walked into lobby and got straight onto Pickles. How on earth does that happen?
Sometimes you just waddle and win. What can you do? I was going to talk about how much of a dire situation it was now looking, because Eon gets forced there, loses a huge Uber, you know, advantage, but Pickles just dying to Tiram is, you know, exactly what you need if you are Pepis Pizza Party, because now they pretty much get to walk in for a second for free. No medic, you can't stay in. They need to be careful of this sniper in the forward spawns, but other than that, now he's spotted, so it's really nothing stopping them from just getting into last. 80% advantage. This will be their second push into last here, and actually this time should be advantage because Pickles has only just spawned.
Yeah, and also the gun is getting built up to space, already being claimed in lobby by Yak and Co. So it's going to be a very good chance to get around on the board and equalize this. Perhaps Yak using Uber charge in from the bridge. Gun lives for quite a while, but is taken down eventually. The bombs come in now. Ryan getting deleted. Puck taking a whole lot of damage too. No soldiers to block this point. The Pyro tries to jump in, but everybody wipes. What a great last push that was for Pepis Pizza Party, and they equalise the score 1-1 here on Metalworks.
Yeah, that KN Terran bomb was absolute power there. Quite nicely done by Yak. Managed to get some damage on the Pyro to make him fear. Had to back out from the gun, then managed to take that down. You said it was a bit slow, but against a Pyro Sentry, he actually did that in kind of record time. Those soldiers then came in, did huge damage. KN getting a couple of kills. Yak following up, getting those players off of the point, and then, yeah, they just converted super well. So we're now in a 1-1 scenario. Half our game time pretty much gone. 16 minutes remaining on the clock. It's everyone's to play for. Lovely damage at the start by Yak there. Yeah,
really good. It's a bit of turn of fortune. Yak was the one taking it last time. This time Yak's the one dealing it out, and since one of these soldiers absolutely flying Ryan, he's going to create on the landing. Junior getting 2 frags in the meantime also, and it's an absolute bloodbath, or a bloodbath that's favouring NOOBPANZER. Pickles last alive is going to actually just kill Vines. You know what? I respect the decision. Just has to think, you know what? There's no way getting out. There's just going to be delaying the death, and, you know, NOOBPANZER didn't go their way.
Yeah, those scouts kind of stayed in a little too long after they lost those initial 2 kills. I thought Voxy or Gazi was going to try to back out and try to get Pickles out there, but they tried to stay and fight, and that's been to their detriment because, yeah, as you said, Pickles had to kill Vine. I actually think he had to type killing console. I don't think he has a gun fight, which is even funnier, but now it's looking so good for Pepis Pizza Party, and they're on a bit of a roll. They managed to win that last push, so they kind of maybe know the scenario, know the game plan of the NOOBPANZER side, how they like to hold last, and it's pretty similar this time. They have a sniper up though, and Gazi decided not to play the Pyro. They want to make sure they can't push in through main for free, but they don't. They use Uber, pushed back straight away by the demo man there. They need to try to find some kills. It's only Varnu who goes down there. finally get a pick on Puck, but that's pretty much all they're going to get. And it's this huge soldier bomb onto this medic. Can he find the final rocket? He can. That's massive from Ryan to get Eon. So this should be, once these spawners come up, a push out from NOOBPANZER. There is a player hiding on this right-hand side of Tiram here. So I don't know if they're going to
Both soldiers look like they're potentially looking to cook something up. There's a bait from KN, and actually Tiram is going to jump in towards the last point. 1v1 MGE popped into the sky. Oh, not going to work out for Tiram. But like I said, what an improved last hold that was from NOOBPANZER there. They had such a better setup, they were so much further back, didn't get anyone caught in the initial Uber, and now they're able to reap the rewards, they're able to start walking forward. We see Tiram at Junior all getting taken down on the retreat, and there's still attempts at backcaps coming in. There's still players behind trying to stack up, and there's actually at the moment a spy.
Oh, this is so close, and they're stacking it with so many players.
No way.
Oh, and the soldier tries to block last second as well. That was so close. Lost 2 players.
And there's a demo man doing it as well.
Yeah.
That's Yak, there's no demo.
I mean, that's so worth if you win the round, but it just doesn't come out for them. They just kind of sacked in a little too late. And now it's looking good for NOOBPANZER as they are clutching up this mid, and you know they have 100% advantage. They're going to get onto second for free. Maybe they lose a soldier here for, you know, maybe KN jumps in for something. It wouldn't be a bad opportunity because force them on second. It's a lot better.
He says 100%, but like Eon's been building
their time,
very hard. Eon's been building very, very hard, and yes, they stacked up a little bit on mid there to try and deny the forward spawns, but in doing so, it meant they hadn't taken much space in lobby. So now Uberchargers actually just even. They've evened out completely, as now it's going to be what they can do over on the side of KN, who's actually just landed a really nice little sync rocket back out there. Didn't want to get any kills, and I quite know how, and no one died in that little exchange. As first soldier flies in from NOOBPANZER, but to no success.
Yeah, Puck just got deleted there. He got insta-airshot by Tiram, and then there's just a scout in his face. There was no chance of that happening. They are trying to push in here. It's a big bomb from KN. He wants to try to get in, fakes it in the end of things. Doesn't really get the damage he wanted on that demo man. It's going to be a bit of a struggle, but Yak here doing a good job of kind of sending out this spam. They lose 2 players, though. This is actually huge. They only lose Ryan as well, so they have to kind of hightail it back here. This might be a really good opportunity if NOOBPANZER play this well to try to get into second pretty freely.
Yeah, of course, with two soldiers down and no real spam, no threat of these high double bombs that you can do into alley. So they're thinking, you know what, we walk alley because the one downside normally is that you're vulnerable to these bombs. So they walk in and they get the force straight out onto Eon. Ubercharge exchanged by NOOBPANZER, but it's such a later use. They're going to walk in, see what frags they can get. Voxy has got so many meals to choose from, doesn't know what to order, and doesn't actually get any frags in the end. And how on earth is Piggle surfing that one away? Tiram does fall to that, but still a player advantage. NOOBPANZER take the second point, and with one soldier down, maybe they look to sack early, maybe they look to pressure early, maybe they look to try and get in. KN going for the hero airshot. I don't quite know if that was worth it or not as the push comes in, and actually maybe it wasn't worth it because there's only 2 players left alive.
And it goes the side of the way of NOOBPANZER here. So that was just good from them. I really like that push they came out with. I was a little worried actually. I thought KN was going to hit that air shot.
It was close.
And hey, if you hit the air shot, that looks amazing in the frag video, right?
Movie,
yeah, but unfortunately does not hit it. But it was a good heads-up play to play close. They knew they didn't have Uber coming into it, but those soldier bombs were just so destructive from the side of NOOBPANZER.
All off the back of one soldier pick in lobby. That was their advantage. One soldier pick on that failed stack onto Piggles. That is all they pushed off, and it was lightning. That soldier hadn't spawned in by the time the point was anywhere near close being capped.
Vanu's on heavy. He is rolling out. We were talking about the
this
funnies.
could happen, right? This stumped Mandem for multiple rounds earlier in the season.
But losing 3 straight away before the heavy can even get to mid. He is going to get Ryan, but that's pretty much all she wrote here as Eon has to back out with the heavy coming through here. We are going to see Vanu being a little rat here, trying to find any players coming through early through that door, but do you really want to lose him here?
Oh, it's a bit of a risky one, and then with the shadows as well, the shadows can be a little bit buggy. I'm sure they'll be potentially aware of it. That scout certainly was not Gazi going to be taking a fair bit of damage as is chased away. And now they know the game is up, the heavy, they know the positioning of it, and now they can send their sacks in. Ryan and Puck both thinking about going in. Puck's the one to go and does get taken down at the hands of the heavy. And actually Piggles is in a fair bit of peril too here. Down to 20 HP. Oh, what?
That was scary, right? That heavy got one more tick of damage onto him. Piggles was dead there, but clutches it up. Land diff Piggles, as we like to say here. But they've managed to even out the Uber here. They had about a 12-second, 30% advantage for the side of NOOBPANZER, but they've kind of squandered it. They didn't really know what to do against that heavy. They wanted to eliminate him before they pushed in. Those spawners came up in time here. But now they're kind of stuck on this heavy, but they are in this defensive position. on the side.
Well, you say they're in a defensive position, but they've got one wild card.
Well, they got two wild cards.
Well, they got the heavy and okay.
No, they've gone for a sniper as well.
I saw the spy and I was like, oh, they're going to go for a spy, but no, they go for the sniper anyway. And never mind, before the sniper has even got there, there's already a force coming out onto Piggles as the Uberchargers trade out Eon so much longer on this one as the Ubercharge fades on Piggles just as that final bit of heavy damage lands over, and Voxy down as well, everyone falling. Vanu, the heavy, finally caught out, but they've got the medic, they've got the pocket scout, it's looking so good. Can they get onto Eon? They can. The salvage is in from NOOBPANZER. Really nice work here. The juggle with the sniper shot and the rocket. Great synchronization there for Pepis Pizza Party, but it's not the big win they were hoping for. They got such an early kill on Piggles after the Uber trade, but the collapse from NOOBPANZER, it's such an awkward place to be getting collapsed on. There's no real places you can go. It's quite claustrophobic. And NOOBPANZER, they've managed to salvage something out of the situation.
Yeah, Eon just pincered in that corner. Should be able, I was going to say, should be able to take mid, but don't really have the clappers to take mid here, as the rest of the NOOBPANZER side look like they want to come in, but they are fighting a battle here. 2 kills coming out from Pepis Pizza Party. That Demo Man taken down so low, their health is so bad. Piggles, the medic, is having to back out straight away. His health is awful here. Look, we might even see a soldier going down late as Tiram does find that pick onto Puck here, so looking good for Pepis Pizza Party. However, they still have a sniper up on the field here, so not the ideal class. He's pushing onto last, but actually we've seen Junu favourite a little bit and really close from GG.
Well, Adler, we just saw the previous game when Evo just walked in and got a 5k. So
yeah,
like,
it can happen.
It can happen, and Junu is a great sniper. So I don't know if there's anyone to put faith in. Maybe Junu is the one. So at least the Miners going to be all eyes over on to that blue sniper. See if we get any action. It's a hard point to peek into. There's the shutter option. You can maybe try and peek through main too, but a lot of these like tiny little corridors are super spammable by these soldiers, and that's what they're finding so far as Tiram and Ryan trade out.
Yeah, I thought maybe they want to keep taking a little bit further there, try to take that space while you have it, but yeah, they're very aware a soldier can just jump onto here. It's kind of all on Junu to try to get something here. This is now their game plan. They get the sentry gun down though, so it might be an opportunity. They do just send in Vanu. We thought he can maybe get something. Maybe that Pyro's going to be unaware, or maybe he's going to look on that right-hand side. Unfortunately, does go down for this though, but this gives them a little bit of an opportunity to kind of reset, kind of understand what they want to do for their game plan here. Their game plan is straight aggression on Pepis Pizza Party though, as these soldiers still are staying in. Before this Vanu spawner even comes in, they're getting aggressive. They're looking for space, looking for opportunities, which is, you know, super good here. You always want to be looking for, you know, some way to get space here. Oh, Junu taken down so low. It's just not able to get these angles. There's so much spam being set in from every door.
It's so hard on Metalworks. It's so hard. Like especially like the shutter and such. There's like the sticky bombs everywhere. These tiny little corridors, the locker side and the crate side, both of them super like little tiny like C-shaped corridors where soldiers just dream of spamming rockets into there. But Junu has actually found a way to potentially get to main and hits a really nice headshot there onto Ryan. The soldiers in as well. Like you say, Tiram going to land in behind, but he's not going to get any rewards for that one. Gazi taking the peak as well, but Junu is going to fall, and that's the Storm Weather so far. 2 picks, probably not enough to motivate a push out from NOOBPANZER, but they can relax for a moment. There's 3 minutes in the round timer, plenty of time left if Pepis Pizza Party want to try and get back in on this. And actually, GG has walked a little bit too aggressive there into lobby and has got caught, so this might be the opportunity that Pepis Pizza Party want to demo down.
Yeah, demo down means there's going to be no stickies coming onto these doors. It's a lot less spam here. They do decide to take a trade here. They say, this is the opportunity we need, but look at this. Piggles uses so much later during this, about a 50% advantage. Yak is an ICBM up high in the air here. Puck doing some really nice damage, but scouts are coming out. Can they clean up here? It's so difficult. The heavy is out on the side of NOOBPANZER as well, and it just looks like they have to back out. Didn't get those picks they really needed, and it's even a reflect kill onto KN to really put the nail in the coffin here. As NOOBPANZER, they're going to stay on last during this. They maybe are going to send a couple of players out to try to cap this second point up, but the majority of them are kind of chilling back. As actually, I say that, they're all walking forwards now. They've even got their heels.
They've got so much ground, and everyone on Pepis, they ceded so much ground backing out there. But it was, I don't know, these opportunities I feel are going to come back to bite Pepis, right? They've had that Uber push earlier, which failed. And that push there with Demoman down, such a free opportunity to go in and get some spam off, try and get that force over onto Piggles, but in the end, they get caught in those awkward Uber trades, and by the time the Ubers have faded, the GD's back up alive again. So the Demoman pick just isn't felt at all. Yeah. And NOOBPANZER now, they're just taking it in their stride. They're up on second point, they're chilling again. They're going to try and just hold on for these last 5 minutes, but damn, it's been a close fight so far, and I've been impressed by what Pepis Pizza Party have brought.
Ooh, double bomb coming in, one really deep, one onto main. They land on the Demo Man, can't find the pick here. Yeah, it's just going to be a 3-man stack, and it's going to be a 3-man loss for pretty much nothing. They barely even lost health on the side of NOOBPANZER. So now the tank is going to be coming forward. It's going to be a bomb in, a last-ditch effort. Gets onto Gazzy, nice headshot rocket. Somehow he's going to live for now. Cleaned up by Ryan, and now it's looking great for NOOBPANZER. A couple of stragglers are out. Do get the force onto Pickles, so nice from Vanu to get a little heads-up play on that one here. But it's going to be such a difficult refight if they wanted to go for it. Have to back out on the side of Pepis. Yak just setting up a couple of aggressive and sticky, see if he can catch anyone else in house. But look at this, they're just going to walk straight into Valley. They know it's an even Uber fight here, and you know they've got the momentum here.
Yeah, absolutely, and they can keep taking space. He's had a couple of forward spawns, and Poker's just got the memo completely. Is already battling with everybody here underneath. Juno lucky to be alive there, down to into low double digits on HP, but we've got to remember, like, yes, NOOBPANZER, they have the momentum, they're walking forward, but there's 4 minutes left in the game, and there's 4 minutes 30 in the round timer, so they don't necessarily have to push. They can slow things down, and Pepis Pizza Party, they know this. They want to walk forward. They know they're going to have to aggress at some point, given this late stage in the game, and Yak and Co, that they're walking so far forward, and they really want to pressure out, and actually NOOBPANZER, they're ceding round to it.
Yeah, they are losing a lot of ground. They seem to have a refight in them. This soldier behind might be the make or break here. Ubers do get forced out on both teams, and it's Eon with just absolutely no one with him. They're going to try to pin, but he still gets out. They were scared of the rest of the players. That's such an awkward situation to be in, but it's kind of come out on top from Pepis Pizza Party. Maybe we'll have to see how the rest of this fight goes, as there is already a Fine Valley bomb comes in onto Eon. Can they find the kill? They can. This is massive. What a mistake from Pepis Pizza Party. They just weren't expecting to be so aggressive there on the side of NOOBPANZER. Surely they should win this out if they play this fight properly. There's no one that can really get onto Pickles here.
No, absolutely great stuff there. It was that's the thing with NOOBPANZER, when it just looks like it's spiraling out of control a little bit, someone comes up clutch, and yeah, the flank crushing it straight in there onto Ali. There were so many players down, there were forward spawns weren't coming in, but NOOBPANZER, they're able to stabilise, they're able to get themselves a big 50% Uber advantage, and they can't even think about walking it further forward on this one. They had a little spy check, see if anything funny was occurring there. I can assure you, no spies have left the spawn over for NOOBPANZER. But again, they're trying to chill, and I was saying before, on mid they can chill. Chilling on second is quite a bit harder because, you know, less map control, the bomb options in are a lot easier. So if Pepis Pizza Party can get their Uber charge up and go for the same sort of slow burn crawl forward, maybe it can work, or maybe it's this double bomb because Tiram going to be first one fading around. Here's a nice little rocket there, KN in as well, going to try and actually parachute in. The base jumper is out, and it is nuking. It's death from above over towards NOOBPANZER. 3 players falling to this bomb. The force comes out as well. Piggles and Voxy, last 2 alive, and we said before that Pepis Pizza Party, they're pulling out the heavy, the base jumper, all these little pocket strats, and they're making it work on land. This is a golden opportunity for a round. It has to be theirs.
Yeah, this is their one and only opportunity. They're getting those initial kills. Spawners do come out here, straight to the point. Uber gets forced. Pickles goes down here. It is this Pyro and Soldiers to really try to clutch up, but it's a double scout. This is an almost impossible situation. Huge bomb coming in onto the point, but there's just too many players on Pepis Pizza Party. A minute 40 on the clock here, Ben. It's so close, but it's possible.
There is time.
This is so good. It's a draw once more. It's another 2-2. It's another nail biter.
This has been an utterly crazy game. Honestly, like, of the maps where people are talking about whether Parachute's viable, like, Metalworks is up there. That really high bomb from Kane, it was fantastic. That combined with the bomb from Terra and the pressure in from the choke as well, it just absolutely destroyed. You can't, there's soldier in the air, you can't do anything about it. It just lives in the skybox. And yeah, it did so well. Now the crits is up from Piggles. They want to take it hard and fast over onto this final round. There's only just over a minute left, so it is going to have to be super fast if it's going to work. The soldiers already flying in from either side. Yak getting a really nice arrow there, but it's going to be healed up just about enough. And actually, it's the players over NOOBPANZER who are taken low. It's those that are falling. And with the crits as well, maybe they're in trouble, but they're in bigger trouble because Tiram's in. KN as well. Piggles falls, but like you say, Eon drops on the other side. There's 45 seconds left. It's going to be potentially another mid refight now, as there's still a heavy up, there's still a Demoman up who's might be getting caught here. Yak not long for this world, and I think this might just fizzle out into a draw.
Yeah, I mean, we've got 30 seconds left on the clock here. A miracle is going to happen. They're going to have to pretty much get instantly on the points here, stacking up mid, waiting for these spawners. I don't know if it's possible, and especially with this Vanu heavy, it's just going to slow down minimum one player, right? Look at this. All the players are coming back here for the side of Pepis Pizza Party here. Soldiers are bombing in, but he's going to be met with an entire team he's just not ready for. Ryan goes down as the clock ticks down as these final seconds. We are just in garbage time here. Wow. What a close game. What a comeback from Pepis as well to get that final round.
I did not expect that at all, but like I say, you can never count out Pepis Pizza Party. They've always got a trick. They've always got something that they can make work and pull out in the clutch moments. In the final couple of minutes, getting the base jumper in, nobody was expecting that over on
no,
the
at all.
NOOBPANZER side. It was phenomenal to see.
Yeah, that's such a heads-up play to try to go for that, because I think you are right. That's the perfect situation to go for it. You're sacking into second. I think KN survived for like 30 seconds. It was actually insane. He just got 2 kills. Everyone else just came in, just kind of rolled over that team, and then the icing on the cake was they got the Piggles Force, and they couldn't even get a kill with it.
Yeah, well, as much as we'd like to analyse, I think we've got some people whose job it is to do that.
We
so
do.
Let's throw back over to Lucky, see if you can dissect that one, because another 2-2, another great game. So love to hear what you guys think.
Welcome back. Thanks, Steven. Thanks, Ben. And yeah,
what a match.
NOOBPANZER versus Pepis Pizza Party on Metalworks after half an hour of game time. How does that measure up to your predictions from pregame?
Not at all. I thought as soon as I saw Metalworks, I was like, okay, yeah, they're just going to stall it out and beat them comfortably. And I looked really smart for saying that for about 15 minutes. And then, yeah, weird upsets happened. It was just like a small lapse in concentration. It was all it took. And then the momentum just carried Pepis into last. And then we all saw the last play, right? Got the parachute in full effect. Just got unbanned. And yeah, KN making a huge play out of it, and again, just the momentum too much. But yeah, I actually did think that NOOBPANZER looked like the better team throughout most of the match. But yeah, if you make mistakes, you get punished.
Yeah,
Especially then.
Yeah, especially like with Pepis Pizza Party. The beginning, like basically, it felt like I was watching the same game, but in like 3 different sections: Act 1, Act 2, and Act 3. Right, and in Act 1, not much has been happening, right? There's been 10 minutes of just no points, each team playing very conservatively, very safe.
Yeah.
And then it just started getting crazy with Yak's crazy book of tactics. Pulling out the heavy, pulling out the sniper, having no scouts.
Having no demo man. He went spy to last.
He went
legendary
spy.
Yak spy.
So it was just pulling out those weird strategies and probably confusing, the enemy team as well as themselves a little bit. But they kept it going for much longer than I thought. I thought it would just be like one-off class, but they just kind of kept it rolling, and then it was kind of working for them. And then eventually, just kind of got to a point where it was 2-1 for the longest time, and then at the very end, they managed to secure themselves a tie.
Yeah, I feel like they were playing kind of scared at the end. Like they had a 10 or 15% Uber advantage, and they were getting pushed into their own middle, and they were just retreating the entire time, even though they had the Uber advantage. So they were very much playing not to lose.
Traditionally, very defensive teams. They love holding last Voxy. His favorite point on every map is the last point, usually. But I guess it doesn't work when your enemy team is Pepis Pizza Party, who are so aggressive and so willing to just throw anything out there that works. And I mean, sure, it didn't work for them for 20 minutes, but eventually just keep throwing stuff, and eventually it will stick.
Yeah, you do play for 30 minutes. Yeah,
exactly. You keep throwing KN out there with the parachute.
Yeah,
they must have done a map talk. They haven't done it all season. Yeah, like just look what one map talk does to a team. Man. It's crazy. That's actually nuts.
You just need to keep up the pressure then for the rest of the LAN. It's just the beginning, and we're
felled the hardest hurdle already, technically. So
basically
should get easier from now on.
Tying against NOOBPANZER, but considering how this went so far, we'll see, because next up is going to be Skeda versus the French team, 3.5, right?
Yeah, it should be very interesting to see, because obviously Pepis, they already tied against the French team, so you kind of have an idea of where the French team lines up against those.
The table's right there.
So, yeah.